Hi, Rob Aubrey here from Want More Leads. Today, I want to talk about, building your SOI. This is one of those projects. I mean, literally, it could take 20 to 40 hours, just depending on where you're at now. Excuse me. And so, but the first thing is, I heard a great quote, something about if your project, it doesn't get you to start, it's because your first step isn't small enough. So we really have to break this down into very small chunks. So step one is you have to just build a list. I recommend you get a yellow legal pad and just write down names. Okay. And so you need a memory jogger. And there's some here in the link, just depending on where you're watching it, where you can use it. But I always say use the yellow pages, right? And we're not going to look up people in the yellow pages. What we're going to do is you just go to the first page and it's a job, right? Let's say abstract. And then you have to say to yourself, who do you know that's in the abstract business? Who do you know that may be married to someone in the abstract business? Who do you know that works at a company, i.e. title companies, right? So things like that. So then the next one, maybe adoption. Who do you know that works at an adoption agency? Who do you know that might have been adopted? Who do you know that maybe adopted a child? And just you keep going through accountant, who do you know that uses an accountant? Who doesn't, right? And so you just go for it and just literally go through the yellow pages and you can really build a really significant list. And we're not writing down all their contact information, just their names. That's step one. Just step one is get all their names written down. Then we fill in the blanks. Then you have put them all in a spreadsheet, I think, for the time being. And you put in phone number, phone one, phone two, and email one, email two, address, some basic information. Do they have children? What kind of work do they do? Things like that. And just have that all in a spreadsheet. Then as you're putting all those names in there, then your job is to go back on a daily basis and start filling in the holes. And that is how you build the database. So, because if you'll never have enough time to just sit down and do it. So you have to really break it down into small chunks. And like I said, if you're not starting, you got to break it down to a smaller thing, right? Get the legal pad, right? Get a legal pad, get paper. Maybe build a spreadsheet. That's step one. And then things like that. Just make it simple and just go through and start filling in. And I recommend you break the names down into, first name, last name, and then first name, last name again for the second party. So you can put first name, last, FN, F name, L name, and then 2F name, 2L name, things like that. So you can put all these people in there. So once you have all the content, then it's easier to go. So I hope that helps you to get started, because we all know that most of us do business with people we know and people that know, like, and trust us. So the SOI or COI, sphere of influence or center of influence, that's the place to start. So I hope this helps. Thanks. Make an awesome day.